variation in value of y, here x is the dependent variable, y becomes as a independent variables. And it also gives the most possible mean value of x for each specified values of y. In generally, it is represented by x is equal to a plus by. It is generally represented by x is equal to a plus by. Generally, it is generally represented by x is equal to a plus by. Here, x is a is the constant and b is known as the regression coefficients. So there are two lines of regressions. One line y on x, another is x on y. How to determine these values in the interpretation form? Now, equation of lines of regressions. How to write them? First, we read here line of regression y on x. Another we read line of regression x on y. Now, the line of regression passes through their mean, where x is the mean of x series, y bar is the y mean of x series. So the line of regression passes through their means. Therefore, equation of line of regression y on x is given by the expression y minus y bar is equal to r sigma y upon sigma x, x minus x bar. It may also be written in the form y minus y bar is equal to byx, byx. This note the regression coefficient of line y on x. This is known as the regression coefficient of the line y on x. And that is given by r sigma y upon sigma x. R sigma y upon sigma x. The first line is that we have to learn this one because it will be used in our question portions. So we have to aware about that. Y minus y bar, R is the correlation coefficient. R is equal to correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficients. Sigma y is standard deviation of y series, sigma x is standard deviation of x series, and x minus x bar is the mean of x series. So this is the equation of line y minus y bar, byx x minus x bar. And byx is known as the regression coefficient or slope of the line y on x. This is the nothing but equation of a straight line passing through the point like that. Y minus y1 is equal to dy by dx at the point x1 comma y1 and x comma y1. This is the equation of the straight line. This is the form of that one. So dy by dx represents the slope. So this is also represent the slope of the line. This is written here. The regression coefficient or slope of the regressions line y on x. Similarly, line of regression x on y. Regression line of regression x on y. Same change. X is changes. X is becomes y. Y becomes x here. So interchanging the x and y, we get the regression line x on y. How can be written? X minus x bar are sigma x upon sigma y, y minus y bar, y minus y bar. And it can also be written in the form x minus x bar bxy, y minus y bar. Here bxy is known as the regression coefficients. Regression coefficients of the line x on y. It is also known as the regression coefficient of the line y on x also. It is known as the regression coefficient of the line y on x is here. So we have discussed here two lines of regressions. We have to learn this one. Two lines of regression y on x, another is x on y. Y on x means y minus y bar byx, x minus x bar. And other line of regression is x on y, that is the bxy, y minus of y bar. So we have to know that here. We have to discuss some interesting points of the properties like that. So here it is written byx and bxy. What is written here? R sigma x upon R sigma x upon sigma y and R sigma x upon sigma y. So one interesting is that we can find out the regression coefficient directly here. Now moving further, what happened? Yeah. So we have the some properties based on the regression coefficients and y on x and x on y. Now, no properties we are going to discuss here. First property is that we have to discuss it. Property number one. The regression coefficients remain unchanged due to the shift of origin are but change due to the shift of the scale. The regression coefficient is remain unchanged when you shift the origin of a scale. Property number two, the two lines of regression intersect at the point x bar comma y bar, where x and y are the variable under the consideration. The first line is y minus y, regression line y on x, and regression line x on y. Both line passes through their means. Also passes through their mean. So we are solving this equation. Their intersection point is x is bar and y bar. So two lines of regression intersect at the point x bar comma y bar. Now property is number three. What is given? The geometric mean between the two lines of regression coefficients, the geometric mean between the two regression coefficients is equal to the correlation coefficients. The geometric mean between the two regression coefficients is equal to correlation coefficients. The sign of correlation coefficient should be the common sign of two regression coefficients like that. How can we prove this one? Already discussed with you. The property tells us with that two regression coefficients are denoted by byx. One regression coefficient byx, that is the regression coefficient of the line y on x. And bxy is the regression coefficient on x on y. And they have the expression byx have the expression r sigma y upon sigma x. And bxy have the expression r sigma x upon sigma y. So this expression have the cancel. This is the cancel. This is equal to r square. So finally, we have equation r square is equal to dyx, regression coefficient on y on x and regression coefficient on x on y. So take our r is equal to plus minus of and square root of dyx into dxy. So this one. So if the both regression coefficients are negative, r should be the negative. If the both are the positive, r would also should be the positive. So it also mentioned here if the both regression coefficients are negative, R would be the regression correlation coefficient should be the negative. If the both are positive, R would be the positive also. Now, we have the property number 4 that is here. Property number 4. If the two lines of regression coincide, then R is equal to plus minus. Then we can say that there should be a perfect correlation between the two variables. R is equal to plus 1, that is perfect positive correlation. R is equal to 1, that is perfect negative correlations. And if R is equal to 0, there is no correlations. The regressions line up perpendicular to each other. So these are the some properties, and we have to know that, and this must be useful in our solving the problem in the basis of that. So it might be clear to all of you. I have noted also. Formula is very, very useful to find out the solutions of all the problems related to that. Now, regression coefficients. How to calculate? How to calculate the regression coefficients? Now, the regression coefficients are statistical measures which is used to measure the average functional relationship between the variables. It measures the degree of dependency of one variables to the another variables. Two types of regression coefficients are already discussed with you. Regression coefficient y on x, that is denoted by the lines of b, y, x, b, y, x. If here y is the dependent variable and x is our independent variable. So we can define the regression coefficients y on x represented by the equation b, y, x. So byx is equal to r sigma y1. Sigma x, it's already the expression is given. And in the terms of the variables of means, we have written the form summation of xy upon sigma x sigma y. That is the value of a correlation coefficients. And that is sigma y sigma x. It is represented in the form sigma x upon sigma x square. And this can be also written in the variables form sigma x y upon minus sigma x sigma upon n, sigma x square upon minus sigma x square upon n. So this formula must be used to find the regression coefficients when y on x. This must be used. According to this formula, we have to prepare the table for solving purpose of the finding purpose of the regression coefficients y on x or x on y. Both formula can be used here. So this is the formula, regression coefficient finding y on x. This is the formula to find the regression coefficient y on x. Similarly, we can find the formula, regression coefficient formula for x on y. Okay, we can find a regression coefficient on x on y. Here x should be the dependent variable and y should be the independent variables. So to denote it by the regression coefficient bxy, that is known as bxy. So bxy is equal to r sigma x upon sigma y. Same formula is given here. Sigma x y upon sigma x square, sigma x sigma y. And putting the value of this one, we have the expression of this one form sigma xy minus of sigma x sigma y upon n upon sigma y square minus sigma y square upon n, because this formula gives the standard deviation of y series. Okay, so this must be useful formula. We have to know this one to find out the solution of the regression coefficients for the regressions line y on x and x on y as well as. So these two formula must be useful to find out the solutions. Also, we have some discussion point. Also, we have to note that for discussion point and the interpretation of a result in that. So, both the regression coefficients must have the same sign. Both the regression coefficient must have the same sign. If bxy is the positive, then byx is also would be the positive and vice versa. And bxy is the negative, byx is also should be the negative. One thing is that one regression coefficient is less than unity, other will be greater than unity. If bxy is less than 1, then byx will be greater than 1. One regression coefficient is less than unity, then other regression coefficient will be the greater than unity. Next, the geometric mean between the two regression coefficients is equal to the correlation coefficients. The geometric mean, that is this one byx into bxy is equal to the correlation coefficients. So that is equal to r is equal to plus minus 1 byx into bxy, that is geometric mean of that one. And finally, the arithmetic mean of both regression coefficient. Arithmetic mean of both regression coefficient, that is the byx plus bxy upon 2. This is arithmetic mean of the both regression coefficients. is equal to or greater than, is equal to or greater than correlation coefficients, is equal to greater than correlation coefficients. Regression coefficients are independent of change of origin, but they are independent of the change of the scale. The regression coefficients are independent of the change of origin, but they are independent of the change of scale also. So these are the some key points we have to also remember for enhance our knowledge purpose. Well, one is that geometric mean between the two regression coefficient is always equal to the regression coefficients. One regression coefficient is less than unity, the other regression coefficient must be greater than unity. Both the regression coefficient must have the same sign. If one is the positive, other should also be the positive. If one is the negative, other should be also be the negative. In the arithmetic mean of two regression coefficient is always greater than equal to the correlation coefficients. Now we take an example to describe our problems. Here we have taken an example. Calculate the regression coefficients Byx, that is the regression coefficient B on X, and the regressions line of Y on X, and estimate the value of Y when income is 400. Here income, and this is expenses. If income is 160, expenses is 25. If income is 175, income is 45. If income is 165, income is 38. If income is 120, income is expenses 30. If income is 190, income is 55. Okay. So this is the expenses ratios. We have to follow the expressions. How to calculate them? How to calculate them? We have to use this one. First of all, we have to find out regression coefficients. Okay. Before going to use the formula, we have to know which formula going to use. We are going to use the formula regression coefficients of y on x. That's this formula we are going to use there. Byx, summation of xy minus or summation of x, summation of y upon n. So we have the expression of this one. Summation of xy we have to find out. Summation of x we have to find out. Summation of y we have to find out. And summation of x square we have to find out. So in our preparing the table, these four columns must be present. So we have prepared the table like that here. Okay. What I have to done here? We have given construct the table. This is income one variable. Income is one variable is given here. Expenses are variables. So income is X 116, 175, 160, 120, 190. And taking the sum of all these one, we have get the 766. So finally we conclude a summation of X is equal to 766. For the same ratio, we have to find the value of Y also. So 25, 45, 38, 30, 55, and summation is 193. The summation of Y is equal to 193. Now next summation value is required, summation of X, Y, and summation of X square we have to need. So we have to prepare this one. We have to multiply X into Y. 116 into 25 is equal to 2,900. 175 into 45, we have the result 7,375 and so on. So we have to multiply X and Y and take their sum. The result is 31,095. 31,095. 31,095. And in the same contest, find the value of X square. So X have the value 160. Take the square, 116 into 116. 175 into 175. 165 into 165. 120 into 120. 190 into 190. This gives a square of X series. And finally, we have to take the sum. So we add all the rows and find a value that is 1,21,806. So summation of X square 1,21,806. This is the sum of all these things. So by preparing the tables, we have to, first of all, I suggest you to, before preparing the table, we have to write the formula first. If you write the formula, you have to accept knowledge and the object view, which how many columns, how many rows, what values we have to require for our preparation purpose. And for that, we can prepare the table according to that. So firstly, we have to find the value of summation of X, summation of Y, summation of X square, summation of X square. So 4 columns must be there to find out the values of all and find the values of this one by taking the summation of all the things. Now put the values in these expressions. Here formula is given by byx is equal to summation of xy minus of summation of x summation of y upon n. Okay, and summation of x square minus summation of x square upon n. Now I'll put it here. Summation of xy is equal to 31,095 minus summation of x, that is 766. Summation of y 193. And number of terms is equal to here 5 are here. Okay, and same summation of x square 1,21,806 minus summation of x 760 whole square by 5. And making the calculation, we have the result near about 3.42. Near about result is 3.42. And this is approximate answer of the regression coefficients y or x for the given approximate data. Given approximate data. In this problem, we have discussed also asked some other results. So first of all, we have to find out the regression coefficient, the regression line y on x. So for the second results, we have to find out regressions line. The regressions line of y on x is given by y minus y bar is equal to byx x minus x bar. Byx x minus x bar. So the mean of x and y series are given by, what is x bar? X bar is the given expression summation of x by n. And y bar is expression summation of y bar upon n. So summation of x, by the table you find 766, divide by 5, answer is 153.2. And similarly, summation of y bar is equal to summation of y upon n. Summation of y series, that is 193, divided by 5, the answer is the 38.5 answer. So now putting the values of x bar, y bar and their regression coefficients, the regression line is given by the expression y minus y bar is equal to byx x minus x bar. Okay, now we have to multiply the things. We have to multiply 3.4x and this numeric number to add it to the numeric parts. So finally, we have the conclusion like that y is equal to 0.34x minus 13.48. And this is the equation. This is the regression equation. The regression equation y on x. This is the regression equation. Now we have to estimate the value when x is equal to 400. When income is 400, then what with expected expenditure? So we have to find the value. Just put here x is equal to 400 in this expression. 0.34 into 400 minus 13.48. And answer in here about 122.52. So finally we conclude, predict the values when x is equal to, when expenditure of the family is 400, then expenses will be near about 122.52. This is our final conclusion and final answer for that particular problems. So this is the importance of regression coefficients. In options of anyone, we can predict the value of another things. So here, this is the most important. In this problem, we had completed the lot of another simple problems. That is the necessity point of view and final examination point of view is the important parts. We can also conclude the regression coefficients. We can also include the expected value of the particular point of view and how to calculate the regression coefficients. Also discussion point first in this particular problems. So I hope you understand this one. Now, we have another example to describe the things in a more suitable way. One is that in the following tables, recorded data showing the test score made by the salesman on intelligence test and the weekly sales. The salesmen are here 1 to 10. There are 10 salesmen 1 to 10. Okay. And the test score is 40 and sales is the 2.5. Now we have to calculate the regression lines of sales on the test score and estimate most probable weekly sales volume if a salesman makes a score of 70, weekly. What in that case, what will sales in that recording? So we directly we have to ask the with us regression coefficient at some point. Okay, so from this table, we have to first of all we have to prepare the tables for our particular point of view to regression coefficient and so on. So what I have to do? This is the x, we take it to the x score. This is the x variable. Cells taken as the y, otherwise it is given in the series, so put in the right form. 40, 70, 50, 60, 80, 50, 90, 40, 60, 60, and so on. And regarding the cells are According to Celsius, when test score is 40, Celsius 2.5, 70, Celsius 6, test score is 50, Celsius 4.5, test score is 60, Celsius 5, test is 80, Celsius score is 4.5, test is 50, Celsius score is 2, and test is 90, Celsius score is 5.5, 40 for 3, and 60 for 3 also. Now we have to take the deviation from its any mean values. We have to describe the data. We can take the calculation point of view, may take the deviations. So deviation is taken from the 60 because 60 should be the mean of these distributions. So 40 minus 60, that is the minus of 20. 70 minus 60, that is the 10. 50 minus 60, that is equal to minus of 10. 60 minus 60 is equal to 0. And this 80 minus 60, 20. 50 minus 60 minus of 10, so on. And take the sum of this series, we find it that is equal to also 0. In the same way, we take the division for the y series, that is the dy, that is equal to the y minus 4.5. This is y 4.5, the mean of that series. So 2.5 minus 4.5, there is a minus of 2, 1.5, 0, and so on. And take the sum, we find here minus 4.5. Now next, dx dy, that is the dx and dy have the expression of that. Minus 20 into minus 2, that is equal to 40. 10 into 1.5, 15. 10 into 0, 0. 0 into 4, 0.5, 0. 20 into 0, 0. 10 into 2.5, 25. 30 into 1, 30. 20 into 1.5, 30. 0 into 0, 0. 0 into 1.0. So this is the dx dy. And finally, we conclude dx square. dx square, 20 square, 400. 10 square, 100. 10 square, 100. 0 square, 0. 20 square, 400. And 10 square, minus 10 square, 100 plus 10. 30 square, 900. 20 square, 4, and so on. And take their sum, also find it 200, 2400. And take the square and dy square series also, and take the sum of this one. So first of all, we have to prepare this table. We have to all of us prepare this table with what is exactly to be done in our problem solution portions. No. So first of all, we have to take the mean because the regression lines we have to x minus y bar. So we have to take the mean of x series and y series with the mean of x series. So we have discussed a mean to find the mean step deviation method. That is the known as the assumed mean method. Sorry, assumed mean method. This is the method to find out the mean. That is given by a plus summation dx by n. That is equal to the 60. And mean of y series is given by 4.05. So x bar is equal to gated here 60. Y bar is equal to the 4.05 here. This is the 4.05. So the lines of regressions y on x is given by y minus y bar are sigma y upon sigma x minus of x bar. X minus of x bar. So we have find y bar is also calculated. We have find that x bar is calculated. So we find x r sigma y sigma. So we have to all the things written needed. B y x should be the calculated in the. So we use the formula to describe the things here. How to calculate the value of r sigma y sigma x in the terms of deviation portions. Just nothing we have to do here. Just put the values in the same scenarios. Just we give it here. What have to be here? We just put the value, that is we are going to find r sigma y upon sigma x is here. Okay, r sigma upon sigma x. R sigma y upon sigma x. What is this? This is the regression coefficient y on x. Means formula is given by here. Summation of x y minus or summation of x, summation of y upon n. Sorry, n upon summation of x square minus or summation of x whole square by n whole square. That. This was the formula we have just read in our previous questions. In that scenario, because we have taken the division in the terms of d, so x we have to suppose dx, and y suppose we have to suppose dy. So formula here, so written here, text the form is like that. Summation of dx dy, like as summation of xy, summation of dx, summation of dy upon n, summation of dx square minus summation of dx whole square by n also. So in this way, we can find out the regression coefficients. We can find out the regression coefficients. And finding the, putting all the values of related data, that is the summation of dx dy is 140. Summation of dx is equal to 0. Summation of dy 4.5 divided by number of terms 10. And all the related value, we get the answer r is equal to 0.006. Regression coefficient, that is the 0.006. So regression's line is given by y on x. Y minus y bar is equal to regression coefficient x minus of x bar. And final conclusion is that y is equal to 0.006, x plus 0.45. That is the regression coefficients. So what I have to ask here? We have to ask most probable weekly sales volume for a score of 70. For a score of 70. So just put x is equal to 70 here. Put to get the value of most probable score is 4.65. So answer is also accurate between the range. So problem can be discussed like that. So this is the problem based on the regression coefficients in the terms of assumed mean methods. Now, one problem is also here to describe with you, to discuss with you. Now, we have a problem like that. For the given data, find the regression lines. For the given line, find the regressions line, taking the deviation item from the mean of x and y series. Division line we have to take from its mean values. Okay. So we have the given the data for the x series and y series. X have the values 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 4, and 6. X 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 9, 4, and 6. And corresponding y have the values 2, 4, 3, 7, 5, 6, 4. 2, 4, 3, 7, 5, 6, 4. Now we have to take the division from its mean values. How to calculate the mean? So you can take the mean from its assumed mean method can also be taken here. So we are taken here, they are mean of the divisions. So mean is x a plus sum of dx by n. Mean is of x series is 5 and mean of y series is also here given 4. And other method can also be used to describe the things. We have to take the sum here. 6 plus 4, 10. 6 plus 4, 10. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 19. 19 plus 7, 26. 26 plus 5, 31. 31 plus 4, 35. And how many values are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 35 divided by 7, so that is equal to 5. So mean of x series is 5. So we take in the division from its mean, x minus mean. Okay. So what happened? 1 minus 5, that is equal to minus 4. 3 minus 5, minus 2. 5 minus 5, 0. 7 minus 5, 2. 9 minus 5, 4. 4 minus 5, 1, minus 1, 4, 6 minus 5, 1. This is the division for the y series. In the same contest, we have to use also used for the value of y series also. So take the sum of y series. So 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 5, 15, 15 plus 7, 22, 22 plus 3, 25, 25 plus 6, 31. No, something mistake here. 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 7, 16, 16 or 5, 30, 21 or plus 10, 31. So something data is mistake. Wow, the answer is 4. Oh, answer is 4. Its mean is given by here 4. This mean is given by the series is 4. So sum should be the answer 28 must become. So we have some mistake in the data of Y series because sum should be the 28. If the mean is taken 28, 4, so it should be the sum should be the 28 also. If it should be 38, it should be the 4. So it also deviation from its mean, that is the 2 minus 4, 4 minus 4, 4, 3 minus 4, 7 minus 4, 5 minus 4, 6 minus 4, 4 minus 4. That is equal to 3. So in that way, we can determine the data of the series values. And finally, we conclude the values of this. So there are some mistakes in the calculations here written with pasted. We have to do according to that. Values are given. Now then we have to take the square of dx square, dy square, and dx dy. We have to find the value of this series and take the sum of all this data related to this one. 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 So what happened? In the table. Now, regressions line y on x, y and x. This is the formula y minus y bar r sigma y upon sigma is x minus x bar. So first of all, we have to know the regression coefficient byx. And byx has the expression r sigma y by sigma x. This is the expression given by this one. And answer is here 0.31. Answer is here 0.31. So regressions line is given by y minus 4, 0.31 x minus 5. And finally, answer is that y is equal to 0.31x plus 2.45. This is the answer. So this is the answer for the regression coefficient for y1 x in this purpose. Similarly, regressions line x on y, it is also expression given by x minus of x bar r sigma x upon sigma y, y minus of y bar. And for this expression is that dxy, coefficient of the regression coefficient x on y. Regression coefficient of the line x on y. That have the expression. Same expression is also here, but when the change x is replaced by y. That is it. So summation of dx dy minus of summation of dx summation of dy upon n upon summation of dy square minus summation of dy upon n whole square. And that value is given by 13 minus summation of days 0. So divide also 0. So answer is 4.46. So the required equation of regression line is given by x minus of x bar, byx y minus of y bar, and its expression is y is equal to 0.46y plus 3.16. So this is the regression line x on y, and otherwise the regression line x y on x. So this was the lecture related to the regression coefficients of the particular values of these things. So we have discussed here regression coefficient, how to be calculated by the taking example of 3 examples I have taken here, and how to calculate the regression coefficients for the x and y on x, and other things will be discussed here. Now we finally come across the points here, that is the learning objective of the sessions, learning outcomes of the sessions. Here, in the end of the session, we have learned here in details. First of all, we have learned what is the concept of regressions. We have also learned here concept of regressions lines, properties, and how to useful analyze the distributions lines for the regression coefficient purpose and its properties purpose, and discussion to problem solving purpose in our desired way. So this is the topics we have discussed here, and I think our syllabus is also completed today in these sessions. All lectures have been completed, and we have to enjoy the sessions. As I have supposed all of you have enjoyed the sessions, and we score good marks in your upcoming theory examinations. And one more thing also say to you, practice, do the practice, write the question in appropriate way, and discuss the problems. Okay. All the assignments and all the things that you are provided to you, and See the lectures, PPT, read the PPTs, read the books for preparation purpose. And topics are very easy in that context. So like the equations is the too much easy topic. Just you have to fill the expressions, learn the formulas, and just do the practice. Once three questions you can do the practice. I think any question of the type you can do. So same the concept was the correlation coefficient, correlation coefficients of correlation was given. Another topic was also discussed earlier in that way. And always I have discussed with you which topic is important to all of you. Now, any a question from your side, because today the last lessons of this last lecture of this semester. I think all the lectures have been completed today. So you feel any queries, any questions from your sides, you may ask to directly me. If anyone want to ask any questions, what I have written. If cannot provide support. Okay, I will all of your queries. I will consult you the moderator, sir. Don't worry about that. You know? Just I am not saying to anything about your what is the process behind that one. I'm just telling you what is the process and how to read this one. If you fill the questions, you find the assignments, you have to internal process of that one. I can't answer that one. But you feel any problems regarding that? So you want to understand any topic and any preparation point of view. If you ask any something tips, then again you can ask me. Because your queries I have noted here and I will surely inform to the moderator, sir. Okay. Best of luck to all of you for upcoming examination. Thank you.